Greetings, fellow conquerors, and welcome back to the Kingdom of Great Britain, where we're going to reevaluate our current situation. I've been thinking about this for a while now. As of this recording, I am pretty tired, I would say. So, mistakes may be made in this episode. I apologize in advance. First of all, one thing I've been thinking about, Desmond, you have a lot of land, buddy. You have, quite a bit of development, actually. So, you've got 77 developments, sir. So, as much as we love our beloved vassal, it is time that we improved relations and, began our journey into annexation. It's been fun, Desmond. I've had fun. I just want you to know that. I want you to know that even though we don't accept Irish culture, that we'll try to, treat you well on your reservations. All this being said, our truce with the French is actually surprisingly close to over. Which I didn't realize that we had waited out. Our aggressive expansion has ticked down, massively. However, we are not going to attack the French again yet. And the reason we're not going to do that is because Denmark is a more tempting target. And why is Denmark a more tempting target? Because all of the HRE has no aggressive expansion on us whatsoever. However, Austria still has -29. And taking Danish clay is going to be further from them, and they're going to care less about that. Now, the Polish Commonwealth, Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, is growing in size and strength, as is the Ottoman Empire. Now, it may be worth our time to look into allying the Ottomans, especially as more time passes and they become more powerful, we become more powerful, and look at them as a potential ally. Austria is terrifying, as you can see. They own Austria and Hungary. They own all of the Netherlands as well, which is pretty horrifying. The primary advantage, I would say right now, is that a lot of this land is at extremely high autonomy. 40% across the board is some pretty nasty stuff, whereas most of our empire, thankfully, blessedly, is not. Speaking of which, let's see, what's our state limit here? We have 20 states as our limit, and we currently only have 14. So I think we go ahead and make Picardy, the area, into a state for us. And then we will go ahead and core it for 64 admin. And I'm looking up here at the Highlands, and I think we do the same thing. Yeah, let's go ahead and make this into a state as well. And we need to add another seat of Parliament. And why not add it in Inverness, right? Is there a Parliament map mode? I don't think there is, unfortunately. Though that would be very nice. Let's look here. So we've already got Paris, Kent, London, Oxfordshire, Lancashire, Yorkshire, Lothian, and Ayrshire. Now the question becomes, do we have any really powerful provinces that we would really like to have a seat in Parliament? Gascony, looking like a great province to do that, potentially. Orléans, also a great province. Alençon would be a good one. I like Nantes, and the reason I like Nantes is because it's a farmland. So let's go ahead and turn it into a seat of Parliament. It also has salt as a trade good, which is just beautiful. Both because it's good and, because it's salt, obviously. Now, the Danes are getting trashed. They're getting wrecked. So we need to be decisive and we need to be quick. Because Lubeck is getting pretty strong here. Brandenburg becoming very powerful. He also has a lot of allies. So we are in a very interesting position in terms of the Holy Roman Empire, because we do have a lot of powerful individual states. But at the same time, Austria is just massive, and as an emperor is, you know, very much going to protect the rights of the states. We're going to be looking for two opportunities in order to bring down the Austrians. For starters, first of all, we're going to be looking at the rise of the Netherlands. But sooner, actually, what may come to pass instead is the Evangelical Union may happen, the League Wars. We will also be looking to those as a source of you know, a way to bypass Austria, as it were. Do we have a royal marriage? We have a royal marriage with Desmond, so we're gonna keep improving with him, and then we're going to annex him. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I know a lot of you are rooting for Desmond, but I don't think this is going to end well for them. But we can always think of them. We'll always remember Desmond. We'll never forget. 20 more prestige, putting us at 99 prestige, is really useful because our land morale is so crap. I definitely want to pick up defensive ideas for our next idea group, because getting 15% army morale is so necessary for winning battles. But we are going to take exploration ideas as our next idea group once we get to Admin Tech 14, which is still a ways off. But all the same, we're going to go for it. We'll just pick up the spy network construction guy. He seems useful. Let's fabricate a claim on... So what do I already have a claim on? I already have a claim on Midtjylland and Schleswig. I could fabricate a claim on Holstein and on Skane, but not on any of these other areas. So I guess we'll fabricate a claim on Skane. Though the idea of bordering Sweden does terrify me somewhat. The Swedes are threatened by us, which is good. However, the Polish are our rivals, and as such, if Sweden attacked us, or if we attacked Sweden, the Poles would undoubtedly come to their aid. Picardy is independent of France. How much development is this? How much development is this? I need to know. 14 in Vermandois. Let's see, where's Gascony? I need to fabricate a claim on Gascony. Fabricate on, Cahors? Cahors? I don't know. We'll stop building a spy network. I think we're gonna just declare war, like, immediately. And just seize that land real quickly. We'll activate these two forts, just because. The rest of the forts are going to get activated too, unfortunately, and holy cow, here's an event. Whew, alright. The creation of the London Stock Exchange. The year 1571, it's 1538, saw the creation of the London Stock Exchange. Although small in importance and with limited trading in the 16th and 17th centuries, it would grow and gradually overcome its Amsterdam competitor and prove to be the most active stock market in the 18th century Europe, boosting the English trade, manufacturing, and economy as a whole. England would then benefit from an easy and reliable access to credit. So we could expand the loan market. We get 1 stability. Bank loan size is increased. We gain 400 ducats and 3 inflation. Or we could issue strict control, in which we gain 1 stability and lose 3 inflation. Our current inflation is 3. But think of the ducats! Won't someone please think of the ducats? I think I would like the strict control on this one. Mostly because I don't like having loans that size. So we're going to go with the 1 stability and the 3 inflation reduction, since we had 3% inflation anyway. And, as they say, Picardy, your ass is grass, and I'm going to mow it down. Returning you into Ripperoni. Alright, cool. Immediate stack wipe. Always nice. Now, Norway may break free here, and so it... Oh, we can only spy on Denmark. But we can't actually build a spy network on their vassal or their personal union partner. That is extremely interesting to know, actually. We're getting close to being able to afford one of our first manufactories, of which I am thankful. Desmond is at max approval, so we are going to begin annexing. He is going to cost 492 Diplo power, and that is with the reduced cost from influence, 25%. So normally he would have cost probably around 700 or something like that. And he has a lot of development, it's worth mentioning. You know, we're talking like 70, 80 here. I looked it up just a second ago, but I honestly forget already. As you can tell, I'm nothing but a kind and benevolent overlord. We cannot annex them while we are at war. Well, we cannot start anyway. But yeah, we're just gonna snatch up Picardy or Vermandois real quick. Great. Hey, buddy. Yep, 83 ducats. Wow, you had money, guys. France might coalition us. This is gonna be risky. Welcome to Britain. We have some Catholic zealots about to rise in Ulster. I'm confused as to why this is, if I'm being honest. But we will nonetheless go to intercept them. While we wait for Denmark to, you know, lose this war and lose some things. Now, if we take a look at the religious map mode, Protestantism is spreading like wildfire through Europe. There's even a Protestant province in Poland, which is just crazy. We do have enough money to buy our first factory. And the question becomes, do we want to build a weapons factory or do we want to build a textile factory? And I think we want to go with the textiles. We will build it in Yorkshire. It will increase our income by 0.58 ducats a month once it is completed. And I believe 5 years is how long it takes to build a factory. But well worth the money, I would say. I think we go ahead and pick up the last offensive idea because it gives us 5% discipline and faster army recovery. And we also get one of our last national ideas. We get national unrest -1 and global tariffs plus 10%. So once we start getting colonies, we will get some more money out of them, as it were. Moldavia. Ah, yes. Moldavia has been spying on us, sir. My God. How could this have happened? Our unrest just plummeted for some reason, and I'm not entirely sure why, but I'm thankful nonetheless. Really interesting, strange situation going on here where Denmark appears to be besieging back his own land. He's horribly losing the war with Lübeck, Hamburg, and Bremen, and yet he's sieging back his land. This is very strange. Does he have the... Oh, there they are. There's the army of Lübeck. Scary stuff. We are rapidly losing power projection. Mostly because our only other valid rival is Castile, which obviously we can't rival. Tuscany is formed. And how strong is Tuscany? And the Palatinate, for that matter. Right, Vermandois has finished coring. We need to mothball our forts. I always forget to do that. Let's go ahead and convert them, since it's going to take virtually no time. Let's see here. Right, so we're going to look at Tuscany and the Palatinate while a little bit of time passes here. Tuscany is at 185, so pretty sizable, really. And the Palatinate, it starts with the, so they have 134. So about a little over 300 development between the two of them is interesting. We also, but let's look at Brandenburg, our ally. He has 196, doing pretty well for himself, I would say. We also have the Portuguese and the Castilians on our side. If we could get one more ally, you know, I think that'd be pretty great. But Milan thinks too highly of itself. Though they are about to occupy another Swiss province here. I'm going to take a quick look at the Imperial map mode. And we could see that Milan is no longer... this is really interesting. Milan is no longer in the Empire, and yet he's fighting a war against the Swiss on his own. And the Swiss apparently are not being defended by the Emperor. So I wonder what led to that exact situation. Horatio Warwick is... oh, no. Our huge general has fallen. He's replaced by a 2-3, which is still... it's pretty good. But he's not what we used to have. And I think it's time we expanded the military. We need to build another 26,000 troops, or 27,000 troops. We have a combat width of 27, which means that we're going to have about probably 13 cannons, so... but I think we'll follow the template for the other armies that we have. We're going to build 11 infantry, which we will start with. We'll start with the infantry and work our way up from there. And basically, we're just waiting for this war with Denmark to end. In the meantime, it may be worth our time to attack Gascony or France. But on the other hand, Austria has negative 29 aggressive expansion with us, and I don't want to increase that any more than I absolutely need to. It may nonetheless behoove us to attack Denmark anyway. We got ourselves a nice glut of troops here. I think I'm going to train 4 cavalry for this army. 4 seems to be a magical number for cavalry as it goes. I totally forgot to start annexing Desmond. Desmond, he's holding out. He's holding out. And I admire him for it. Sweden is now completely reformed. Good job, Sweden. I'm glad you're not Catholic. I'm glad somebody's not, Catholic apart from us. We could pick up more mercenaries from administrative ideas, or we could simply save for the next tech level. I think we'll go ahead and take the mercenaries. Let's pick it up while we're not at war. It seems like a good as time, or, probably the best of times, really, to pick that up, as it were. Alright, the cavalry is done, and we're going to need about 300 ducats before we can, round out this army, give it some cannons, some artillery. Possible advisors is nice. It's pretty nice. We could get a yearly inflation reduction guy after we already picked up the event. Better relations over time is vastly superior to spy network construction, though. And so we're absolutely going to pick him up, as it were. Really interesting situation going on with Denmark. He's at negative 94 war score. I don't know what Lubeck is holding out for. But now that we've converted our last province, we are going to get rid of the missionary strength and pick up a different idea. And I think we're going to go with idea cost. Minus 5% idea cost is pretty great. Norway has fabricated a claim on us. Uh-oh, the horror. Alright, so there's the peace deal. Lubeck has taken Holstein and Schleswig from the Danes. Norway was basically left untouched and now has a high liberty desire of 61%. And of course now we are going to attack the Danes as well. Poor, poor fools. He is about to annex the Norwegians, however, which could make for an interesting situation. All the same, I think it's time we just invaded. There we go. I still wish automatic transportation worked, by the way. I'm pretty sure most of us wish that it actually worked. And let's attack Midtjylland. Or attack for Midtjylland, I should say. I should have started annexing Desmond. Well, we'll keep improving relations with them. That way, when this short war ends, we can just handle that and start annexing Desmond. Our truce with Munster has ended. Munster getting annexed or attacked by everyone and their mother. Now, theoretically, we should be able to take a lot of land from Denmark here without stirring up any kind of coalition or anything of that nature. That's the theory, anyway. Let's see, I want to take a quick look here. And what is the supply limit up here in Iceland? It is very, very low. So having the smaller army means that we're going to be able to send troops up there and besiege it. Alright, cool. Send these guys up here. I do love this track. I do love the Battle of Breitenfeld. It was one of the first tracks in this game to really catch my attention. I think we're going to save for the next Diplo Tech group rather than picking up Diplo Rep, though +2 Diplo Rep is awesome. I do want to, you know, keep our Diplo Tech up to date, basically. Alright, the siege of Midtjylland is over. Danish ships are blocking our passage into the rest of his lands, which is a shame. Hello, Iceland. If you're in Iceland and you're watching this, how does it feel to be colonized? I just want to know. I'm just genuinely curious. I want to know. What's it like being colonized? Yeah, we're gonna beat the Danes pretty handily there. No real question about that battle. Oh, Denmark finished. It's a shame that we're going to be taking all his land. Right? We'll probably be grabbing some of this Norwegian land as well. We're probably going to sink the Danish Navy here. We didn't capture any of their ships, but we did sink every last one of them. Now, the Danes have nowhere to run here, so this may be the end of their army. Yep. Rip and pepperonis, as they say. Famous saying around these parts. Now, I do want to take a quick look here while we're doing things. Gascony still has absolutely no allies. France does have allies, but they're mostly inconsequential. Alright, we'll pick up this army, and we will send them to Norway, I think. Although the supply limit is a little bit lower there, so we're going to unattach them. We're going to... let's drop, like, 2 of the cavalry regiments and 2 of the infantry regiments. You know what? Let's go ahead and drop just, like, that many troops. We'll send this 16 stack. And we'll send this as our invading force rather than the other things. You know, all those other troops. Now, oh, we just randomly gained 0.5 corruption. Not 5 corruption, good lord. Alright, we need a new debate in Parliament. The siege of Skane is over. Plus some merchants, trade power abroad, trade range sounds nice. Advisor costs lowered is nice. And the rest of this is garbage. So let's go with I want to go with advisor costs. We start at 66%. We will absolutely spend church power. Gain 20% autonomy for 10% advisor costs. Yeah, fat chance in hell on that one. We'll take an 83% chance to get this done. 83% chance, 0% of the time, as you are all aware. And I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. Thank you for watching, my fellow Britishmen. And next time we will finish our war against the Danes and take their clay, hopefully taking a lot of it without getting a coalition. I'll see you there.